All presidents, good or bad, have had nicknames. John Adams was called Old Sink or Swim, no relation. Andrew Jackson was called Sharp Knife for his fighting style. Zachary Taylor, Old Rough and Ready for being rough on the battlefield. Teddy Roosevelt, Telescope Teddy for always having a little telescope mounted on his rifle. Of course, there was Bill Clinton. They called him Slick Willie for being a little slippery. Then there was Barack Hussein Obama, whose nickname was the Deporter-in-Chief. The former president deported over 3 million illegals and was showered with heckles.
We're going to make our country more secure. We'll strengthen our families. And most importantly, we will live up. Most importantly, we will live up. Most importantly, we will live up to our character as a nation. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah.
Every single day.
What I'd like to do. No, don't worry about it, guys. Okay, let me finish. Let me.
As you can see, a president has always been responsible for his administration's border policies. Not Congress, not the vice president, the president. Once upon a time, Joe Biden agreed.
Did you make a mistake with those deportations?
The president did the best thing that was able to be done at the time.
How about you?
I'm the vice president of the United States.
But the vice president became the president, broke the border, and now claims he's powerless.
Have you done everything you can do with executive authority, or is there more you could do absent legislation?
Done all I can do. Give me the power. I've asked for the very day I got in office. Give me the border patrol. Give me the people. Give me the people, the judges. Give me the people who can stop this and make it work right.
Biden spent 3 years claiming the border was secure, and suddenly in an election year, he needs emergency powers to shut it down? Why shut down a secure border? You wouldn't close a locked door, would you? The president has always had the power he needs to secure the border. If he needs a refresher on the law, just ask Barack.
The president has a lot of power. He has that discretion to do certain things. Look at what Secretary J. Johnson Obama did. They were able to detain and deport people under Title VIII. If the Republicans say no to working this border deal, or at least put it to a vote, I would ask the president to use Title VIII, use the existing authorities, and detain people and deport people.
Title VIII, Section 12 of the U.S. Code sets it in stone. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he may, by proclamation, and for such periods as he shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any restrictions he may deem to be appropriate. Congress passed that law in 1952. And the media is so ignorant, they think Congress needs to pass another law for Joe Biden to act. You don't need to be 80 to remember this law. You just need to be 20 because Obama used it. Now, if Trump gets reelected, he's going to use the same law on day one, and that wouldn't make him a dictator. But Democrats say it would make him Dr. Evil.
Donald Trump actually has said that he wants to build alligator moats along the border. That's one of his incredible ideas. Another idea that Donald Trump has promoted is he actually wants to electrify the border fence and maybe even put some spikes on the border. That's another Donald Trump and MAGA majority border idea. Another idea, which I'm not sure how well it would go, is he wants to actually bomb northern Mexico with missiles.
Now, if Biden actually wants to shut down the border, why is he trying to snip Texas razor wire? There's no wire in California, and migrants are slithering into San Diego County like there's a Black Friday sale. Watch human smugglers here drop off macked out migrants. Look at these characters. Not a woman or child among them. Migrants from India, China, Turkey, trotting right around the wall that Biden stopped building. They get handed "Welcome to USA" flyers for breaking into our country that spells out the VIP perks they get under Biden. Ready? If you're a gay illegal, you will be given the option of going to a shelter where you will receive legal, medical, and onward travel assistance. Onward and upward. Adios, amigo. Now, if you're a Latin lesbian, bust into our country, Biden gives you free housing, free lawyers, free doctors, and free tickets to travel anywhere in Los Estados Unidos. And that's not all the perks for gay illegals. Free food and drink, free Wi-Fi, and a free assistant like Johnny, who will help you find your long-lost uncle or cousin. You just show up to the border, yo soy queer, and Venezuela scares me. Right this way, Juan. Make yourself comfortable in our lounge, or your connecting flight's on us. May we start you with a beverage? And if Juan feels he's trapped in Juanita's body, Gavin Newsom will give him a sex change on your dime. Fact check me. I dare you. This is all true. Free sex changes for illegals in California. We'll also pay for your college, too, where we'll teach you America isn't any better than Mongolia. No wonder the third world's showing up at the back door. They're coming in by the truckload.
Yeah. ¿También? ¿Cuántos más hay?
It's just these. There's no one else. You're fit for human smuggling, okay?
Now, Biden and the cartels have the migrant supply chain humming. And many are here to work, also get free sex changes, but others are some bad hombres. Last week, Border Patrol found over 300 pounds of fentanyl, 200 pounds of meth, almost 200 pounds of cocaine, and over 50 firearms. Hopefully all that's not headed to Hunter's Malibu rental, but a century ago, Biden would be tried for treason. Today, the administration gave itself an award.
What you do is you save people's lives. That's what you do in whatever facet of the enterprise you participate in. You work to identify, to rescue, and to enable survivors of human trafficking. I just want to, with all of my conviction, thank you for what you do.
Mayorkas gave his staff an award for combating human trafficking after they trafficked 6 million humans into the country and lost almost 100,000 kids. Joe Biden has subverted the territorial integrity of the United States. He's rolling the dice on our national security and waving the white flag on the war on drugs. Not to mention bankrupting the cities and flouting laws. And then he lies to our face about it. So Americans are taking matters into our own hands. Former military officers have taken up arms and have begun patrolling our side of the border. They call themselves Arizona Border Recon. Strapped with heavy artillery, they intimidate smugglers and keep them south of the border.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.